Hello, good morning, and welcome to the Bumper Breakfast Show. Happy New Year. Yes, you and I made it into 2026, and it's only through the grace and mercy of God. God has been awesome. Uh, the road was bumpy, yes. It was smooth at times, yes. But guess what? Through it all, God was with us. We're not better than those who didn't make it into 2026. We're not better than those who are gasping for breath as we speak. But God's mercy has carried us through into a new year. And for this and lots more, I am grateful. And on behalf of every member of the Bumper Breakfast crew on MITV, I want to say thank God and thank you, for your support. It is true we can't count the number of people who watch the show. We don't know you personally, but we know that you're out there and you're cheering us on. So welcome to today's edition of the Bumper Breakfast Show. I am delighted to see Stanley this year. Stanley, good morning.
Yeah, hi.
And welcome to the Bumper Breakfast Show this morning.
Good morning. Let me join you in saying a big thanks and special thanks to all our viewers out there. Like I've always said, they are the reason why we are always here Mondays through Fridays to serve them nothing but the best of information that they can always bank on. I will say thank you so much from January till December, now into the year 2026. It's been your support, yes, your criticism, your feedback, everything that's kept us strong. And trust me, year 2026 will be far better than what we gave you in the year 2020. Thank you so much. My name is Stanley Polikao. Let's have breakfast together. Happy New Year.
And Adebayo Ilukweju is here. We met even before we got into the studio this morning, and we've been having little tete-a-tete here and there. And in my heart, from the bottom of my heart, I was so delighted to see him for many reasons. But I just keep that line. Adebayo, I'm delighted to see you this year. The last time I saw you was a year ago.
Yeah,
say that again.
Yes, it's really good to be here. A Happy New Year, Tom. Happy New Year, Stanley.
Same here.
And Happy New Year to every single person out there. Yes, without you, there will be no us.
Definitely.
So definitely, I know that it's going to be a great year. Be the better version of your old self, because 2026 is that year that you are going to break through. So let's get it started.
Let's get it started. Stanley, so much happened in the year 2025. Certainly, we must do, a review of the highlights of the things that happened in 2025. Off the top of your head, what would you like to discuss?
The tax.
Don't tell me sports. So.
No, that sports.
That will come.
Low. The sport angle is
No,
it's the low part of 2025. I'm looking at the high point of 2025, or maybe 2025 in general.
In general.
It has to be.
The tax laws?
Tax laws came later.
Yes.
But I think it beats every other conversation and discussion. But
Emefiele, was it?
Emefiele was 2024.
Was it 2024?
Yeah, 2023,
Time has
2024.
gone so fast.
How time flies.
Are you
Oh,
serious?
was it Dangote?
Dangote, Dangote is there.
Dangote. Then insecurity surged, and it became the high point.
Surge
It
for
surged.
that was really something.
Yeah, it surged, and maybe the tax reform policy.
Yeah, the tax reform policy, I think, is something that we cannot overemphasize.
Definitely.
I remember we discussed this on Tuesday on the table, and our resource person, our brother and friend Akin Fatuke was saying, "Oh, there's been more than enough publicity, but Nigerians are not listening. Nigerians don't want to learn. Nigerians don't want a change. And so on and so forth. Oh, everybody is." Now, what's the word I want to use? Entitled. Everybody's entitled to their own, opinion, and so I'm not going to fault that. But in my opinion, I think that we have not enlightened the people enough. I think there's so much more that we can do, even at the grassroots. Even if you have to use the, what do they call, the gong? You have to use the gong
To pass the message.
to pass the message, or do a town hall meeting or whatever. You need to get to the grassroots. You need to get to everyone, and you cannot do enough of it.
It's never enough.
So in my opinion, I think that we haven't, the people don't read, they're kind of lost. Even I am still kind of lost, because I called up somebody yesterday and I said, you need to tell me a little more about these tax laws. What's going on? Because I read all sorts of things on social media, but the truth is that I'm not saying the social media is not authentic, but there's a lot being carried on social media that is not authentic. So we need to be careful as to what we take in and as to what we communicate to other people. Because once you just read on social media, then you want to tell people this is what it is. No, we need to be very sure. Stanley, your opinion?
I forgot to add the national grid that constantly collapsed in 2025.
It's still collapsed, even as of Tuesday.
National grid collapsed more than 7-8 times. And the inflation that rose at the start of 2025, good news, it came down to 14 point something percent in December. I think that's a pass mark for me. Looking at consumables and perishable items in the market and the cost, I think it made a little bit of sense. But there's not how you want to excel or do well as a country if you don't have constant electricity. Each time we sit here, we clamor for constant electricity. Those basic things that an average Nigerian needs to thrive on a daily basis, those are the things we keep yearning for the government to provide. Now, having said all of this, there's the economic part of the country, there's security. So every sector of the country's economy needs total review. Now, good news, Dangote first exported oil to the United States. And perhaps that was the reason why Donald Trump looked at it like, okay, I think there's something we need to put our eyes on in Nigeria. But however, yes, the highs, the lows, insecurity, trillions of naira expended, and at the end of the day, we're seeing little or nothing achievement. The US came, and Donald Trump came, tagged us a country of particular concern. So many things happened in the year 2025. How can I forget the bombings, the abductions, the killings that overnight became a genocidal killing against Christians, ethnic divide. The list is endless. So where do we start picking them from?
It's endless, but you have given us some points that we can pick and discuss.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we talk about the tax reforms, conclude on that, and then take up the national grid, the Dangote insecurity and all of that? Should we just take it one after the other? Okay, Adebayo, look at you.
Okay, yes. There's something that I mentioned earlier before we got on set, that it seems that this particular government was strong enough on propaganda before they got to power. As soon as they got to power, all their communications apparatus broke down. Because this was a party that was big on strategy. And then they got into power, and it's as if everything happens without a plan. That's what it looks like. So it's just as if, I know that they may be planning, but it's as if they're just concerned about executing just one particular part of a plan. And that's what's gotten us here. So let's look at tax. Tax is something that from the beginning of time in Nigeria, people have always been averse to tax. So does it mean that when this policy was being formulated, the part of communication was not put into consideration? There's serious apathy about it. People are afraid, hard to speak to people, despite the fact that I don't even understand it so well myself. Do you understand? But I'm forced to explain to people that, okay, maybe I'm a step ahead of when it comes to matters like this. But the truth is, we have not done enough. When you want to do anything that has to do with people dropping their money for government, we need to remember that people do not trust government, whether you like it or not. And interestingly, the opposition has been able to see it. The people who are most eligible to pay tax, especially now that this tax is actually exempting a particular class of the society, who are in the larger number. The people who are trying to evade tax are also part of the people who are helping us communicate the news of the tax. So what do you expect? I don't want to pay tax. So what kind of story am I going to present to the public? So it means that the communications team of the NRS didn't think that Nigerians are too clever, that they need to go an extra mile. Because before you get to the vulcanizer, the guy who doesn't want to pay tax has found his way to the vulcanizer. He has told the vulcanizer that by January there will be no 10 kobo in your account. So the vulcanizer is ready, cutlass in hand, ready to go to the street to start to fight. But if from the very onset, even before the policy was made public, there had been teaser informations, we have had our usual maybe newspaper, you know how we convert at the newspaper place, and we have characters that are deliberately put in those places to raise these conversations. How about we go to the center of Alausa, the community, or to Ipodo with the guy with the gong like you mentioned, Tom, and you start raising these issues. So before the street smart guys, before they start their own conspiracy theories, you have already taken over the minds of the masses. And this goes across, it's not just on the tax, virtually everything that needs to be communicated to the people. Nigerians are afraid, they don't want to take immunization because they don't have adequate information about what they are coming to give their children. And the people that want to probably let you know that the government is not doing anything, they get there ahead of you. So you just wake up to see 1 week before the immunization season, you see the guys, they come and they tell you that you want to immunize your children. Or you see one circular pasted on the wall. How many people read these circulars? Or you want to say because WhatsApp groups. How many people? How often do you open WhatsApp conversations? Especially if you are like me, that you have maybe like 30 groups. And I know people, some people have 100. So how many of those things are you going to look at? Or maybe you just open the WhatsApp, tax. So when we are planning communication, we need to take time to identify all these stops that we must touch. So I think with that, Taiwo Oye, the guy who has been running around, Oyedele has done a good job as an individual. You understand? I have listened to him a couple of times. He has made efforts to break it down. But how many people get to see that breakdown?
Let me add to what Adebayo just said. I think this is where the job of the now Nigeria Revenue Service comes in. They are no longer Federal Revenue Service anymore. See, communication, like I've always said, should trickle down to the last person. In fact, a toddler.
Yes.
I have always talked about the market woman who is not internet inclined, who does not understand how to operate a phone, who does not understand how to go on social media to source for this information. Jingles on TV and on radio. These are the things these women, these men in the market listen to. That's their hope of getting information. They are not learned enough to read through the papers.
They are not even interested.
You understand? They are not interested. That's you understand? That's another thing. Now, it's one thing for you to be educated, it's another thing for you to be interested. Now, even the ones that are educated, how many of them read the papers? Some rely on TV, while others rely on radio.
In fact, it is often said that if you want to hide anything away from a Nigerian African, just put it in a book.
You understand? Now, the what's it called now? Zach Adedeji, I think, has not done well. I remember what's it called now? NECA, the DJ of NECA, Smart, criticized the information, the manner at which they've handled the information that should get to the public. Oyedele, like he said, has done his bit. His job is to formulate those policies. He has handed it over to Mr. President. Even though they said the gazetted one missed on transit, and that's not my problem. The point is, Nigerians should know what they would be taxed for. You don't deduct my money thinking that I won't speak out. The little deductions, the only one I know that are sunk is from 10,000 naira upward. Those 50 naira charges. I, as a receiver, I won't pay anymore. The sender will receive. And now, if you want to send this narration, you know, you know, people skip some of these things. Those salient things. Those ones I know. If you're what's it called now? If you're earning over 200 million naira, 250 million naira, you're exempted. You see this pay as you earn, whatever. I am still trying to digest how all of these things work, and that's why I think professionals, experts, tax experts should be contracted. Please, we need you to create this awareness. Let the people understand how this thing works. But no, they've not done any.
You're even going too far. At the national level and at the state levels, we have agencies that are out there to advocate, to announce, to disseminate information. But I don't know how they get paid when they don't do any work. Year in, year out, they're actually not doing anything, and they're earning a salary. And when there's actually something for them to do and throw their entire beings into this work, they're not doing this work. So I just wonder how it is that we reason in Nigeria. I've often said that, and I don't like to say it, but to me, this is what it seems like it is, that Nigeria is a joke, because you wonder if we're here playing or if we're being serious at all. I'm not really supposed to say too much, but what is happening to these agencies?
From my point of view, what I think is, remember, I think just after the elections in 2023, we probably had a conversation which was around round pegs and round holes. Favoritism has to go. And even if you want to be
need to say that clearly. You didn't say it clearly, but I heard it.
Favoritism has to go. But if it's difficult to send favoritism away, then now you must hold your favorites accountable.
Correct.
Bayo, I'm giving you a task. And this is where sometimes I tell people that it's not as if I particularly like Baba Obasanjo, right? But Obasanjo has a way of holding you down. If he gives you a task, our normal Nigerian shenanigans, he doesn't have an issue with it. Don't mess my government up. So it means that there must be performance indexes. You must check, have these people performed? Is there anybody looking at what we are doing in terms of communication? What is the National Orientation Agency doing?
And the Ministry of Information.
You understand? When we were kids, they bring it down. I said, immunization. I knew about immunization, as in I understood it as early as maybe 4 years old. So if now we have this tax issue and my son, who is in Form 1, cannot explain that to you, then it means that we are not communicating. Yes. Oh, I said Form 1, DSS 1.
I was like, look at this old school man.
It means we're not communicating, because communication ultimately has to be understood by every single person. But beyond that understanding, we are not even seeing it. We get to see these things because we are in this space. Do you understand? An average guy, your friend who works in the bank, now imagine a banker, if you sit him down, how many of these communications have you seen? Or do you even understand what these tax laws are about? At least, normally we would want to run to our banker friends thinking that they are inclined with accounting and all those things. But I can tell you, if you take a sample space of 100, hardly would you find 10.
Well, you actually took the words out of I was going to say it. Just yesterday evening, I spoke to a banker friend, someone in the finance space.
Yeah.
And I said, a banker daughter. And I said, I need you to break this thing down to me. The first thing was, I don't quite understand it myself, but I think this is someone in the finance sector speaking to a communicator. So when you're telling me you think, as far as I'm concerned, it's not a void. You see, and that's what on Tuesday when I said that, when you talk about the communication process, it is effected. That's the first step. And then the last step is to know how effective it has been. And that's through the feedback. So generally, from the feedback we're getting, It is not effective. The communication is certainly not effective because people don't understand. People who are even supposed to be in that space don't understand exactly, don't understand thoroughly what these things mean. So there's a problem, there's a breakdown in communication.
So somebody told me that he had maybe about 7 million naira in account, and he had to spread it to the other accounts because he was afraid. And I said, so, and this is somebody that actually also deals with the news. So when he was explaining, I said, but go later here now, that he said, Baba, I don't want to take chances. We are not supposed to be at that point of people thinking that they don't want to take chances. We are not supposed to be at a point where people will now want to be doing physical cash when we are trying to take away cash. We're trying to go.
They're even going to help the black market because a lot of people want to just change dollar and keep the dollars
and be keeping money in the house.
Within their house.
So you won't deal with the they won't follow. But if people have a clear understanding of what this is all about,
it's not that bad.
What is it? So I told the guy yesterday, I said, it's like this. If there's 50 million naira in your account, and the 50 million, and that's, it's still an I think situation.
I was going to let you land.
You understand? That I think if you have 50 million naira in your account, and the 50 million naira is from a contract, somebody who contracted you for a job, of the 50 million naira, maybe your own, in the real sense of it, is 1 million naira. Your first assignment is to be able to present to the tax man at the end of the year that out of these 50 million naira you guys saw, mine is just 830 naira. And you must be able to prove it. Not like the joke that I saw that somebody was, every single transaction was gift, 100 transactions was gift. Say, Alaye, are you Father Christmas? So, the truth is, the NRS has to review their communication team, and I don't think there's any reason why they shouldn't actually even do a public call for an agency that understands communicating for tax. Let me rest it there.
They should pay. Look, they should just pay television stations, radio stations, and probably social media. To make these announcements, they should air jingles, produce jingles and air them and all of that. The way we know, we understand how
you mentioned the case of the tally number now.
Yes.
Even people who were not born at the time, they know about that.
About that tally number, yes. Give me my tally number. Everybody knows that, so
quite unfortunate.
It's unfortunate.
Quite unfortunate.
All right, so this is one of the things that in fact it closed the year 2025 in Nigeria, but we're still talking about it because we need to understand exactly where we're going. Okay, I think we should take a break. Let's take a break now, and then take some commercials, pay our bills, and then when we return, we will look at something else. Please stay tuned. It's still the Bumper Breakfast Show on MITV.
Prepare to cabin for landing. I hope there shall be no trouble.
Stop doing that! I was so excited to have you here.
I would tell you, you're gonna get whooped again.
Oh, he's coming.
You will go.
Ria, are you ready?
What do you know about having a good time? And Naija for December, I carry some people go club. And they talk about the real outsiders, so we say that they go ball on the stage there. I never finish. So another passenger, IJGB, I sent full ground.
Do you want to come in?
She carry me enter inside. Enjoyment full ground. Everywhere soft. Have you met Big Auntie? Mama Osime, the goats of all things good times.
So tell me, what was a good time to you? What was a good time?
Ride with good times this holiday. Get or stay connected to DSTV.
StarTimes is bringing Joy Unlimited to your home with a double upgrade promo.
Yes, you heard it.
Okay, here's the deal. Simply recharge 1 month on Nova, Basic and Classic and enjoy double upgrade for 1 month, while Super or Global subscribers enjoy 5 extra days for free. Or recharge for 2 months on Nova, Basic, Classic and enjoy double upgrade for 2 months plus 10 extra days, while Super or Global subscribers enjoy 20 extra days for free.
Good deal, right? Sure it is. We have got something for everyone this festive season. From blockbuster movies, live sports, best kiddies content, premium Bollywood and novella series, and of course, exclusive shows like the Hello Mr. Right.
To enjoy this offer, recharge between November 15th to January 15th at any StarTimes office or dealer outlets. The more the recharge, the more the magic. Terms and conditions apply. StarTimes. Enjoy digital life.
Welcome back. It's still the Bumper Breakfast Show on MITV. And guess what? There's a lot of abracadabra behind the screen. And, while we were on our break, Stanley Paul Ikau stepped aside and he gave his seat to a constitutional lawyer, a human rights activist, and so much more. I'm sure that, as this conversation starts and continues, you will understand who this man is. But I'd like to introduce him as, is it Barrister
Wale Ogwade?
Wale Ogwade. He's just as simple as that, Wale Ogwade. It's nice to have you on the program this morning. Happy New Year to you.
Same to you.
And let's hope that this year
Happy
brings
New Year.
us the very best of God's blessings.
Amen.
And I think that you being on this program, the first day of this year, I think is a blessing for us on the Bumper Breakfast Show.
It is.
And we will continue to have quality guests and talk, from a great perspective. We'll continue to look at issues in Nigeria and contribute our own quota to the Nigerian system.
Yes.
All right. Bayo Adebayo Lupeju, here we have Wale Ogwade. We were discussing the tax laws just before the break. Some people understand it, others don't, but claim they do, and disseminate information that they're not so sure about. And other people will carry it and disseminate the same information, and it's just topsy-turvy. I tried to speak with somebody who's one of the bosses of the
National Revenue Service.
Revenue Service, and she is also not quite sure. For me, that I was kind of startled, but I had to comport myself. So what exactly, where do we go from here?
Well, I'll use this opportunity to greet our people out there. Happy New Year. And I'm just coming from the crossover night with the Adeboye. And of course, it was a thrilling experience. And the man has prayed for us. And I'll just speculate it down to you that every one of us, God will bless us this year. Beyond our imagination, whatsoever we lay our hands on will prosper.
Amen.
God will keep us from all dangers.
Amen.
In the name of Jesus.
Amen.
Be that as it may, the issue of tax to me is just an arrangement to steal people's money, take advantage of people, that's all. And it even is not a well thought out project. Taiwo Oyedele himself does not know what he wants to do. I've seen him being interviewed once or twice, and of course the way he's talking is though smart, but unfortunately the smartness just evaporates from his mouth whenever he wants to talk. He's not presenting it. Nobody knows what is happening, what they want to do. And don't forget the issues concerning the real Gazette, the real law, and so on. All these things are issues that definitely, when it comes out, it will be dealt with appropriately. Don't worry, we lawyers are on ground, and you can be sure that we are not going to take any nonsense from anybody. We can't allow Nigerians to be messed up because they want to get money through the back door. If you want money, of course, Nigeria is a taxable place, and of course you can tax people. They shouldn't forget that it's unlike before when the Malamis of this world were busy going behind the door and stealing people's money, all in the guise of office usage and because they occupy office. This time around, every penny that government, that is the people's money, will be accounted for by any office. So what it means is that, yeah, go tax, but of course you can be sure that every penny that is paid as a tax, all Nigerians will ask, and you are accountable to the majority of Nigerians.
This morning when I was coming here, I was listening to the radio in the car, and this kind of program on radio, and I understand that even the courts in one state, I can't remember the state, is saying that there's no going back on this.
Yes.
Yes, they're going to implement it any which way, even though it has not been fine-tuned. I quite don't understand. I don't quite understand it, but as we have been advised, let's watch it play out. Adebayo, you have one or two things to say about that?
Yes. So for me, the other part is on we the people's part. There is a certain level of sycophancy, and the sycophancy is on the two sides. The ones for and the ones against. Every single one of us are busy dishing out information that we do not even know or understand. So that sycophancy is another problem for us. Imagine that we have a policy, okay, we have a court saying any which way we are going to make it happen. And even, I'm sure, this particular judge that is talking also doesn't have a full grasp. I mean, when people were calling that the implementation should be suspended for some time, I actually think it's a reasonable decision, or there is a reasonable request that suspend it so that you get clarity on it. I mean, you being able to spot Oyedele's
statements.
You understand
flaws.
the flaws in those statements. It means that even Oyedele is trying to be smart, but then you know, earlier I said Nigeria, they forget that we have very, very smart, intelligent people in Nigerians, and when they listen to you, they can tell where you are coming from. And so you coming in, yes, you gave me a different perspective to the whole thing, but we're already bothered about it. So I think that Nigerians also have to now learn to take a bit of a chill pill on issues, so that we don't, because there's so much confusion out there.
Yes.
And then even on the sides of the guys that are giving it to us, there's confusion already.
Yes. For information, that the matter you're referring to happened in Abuja. I mean, the court case happened in Abuja, and of course, the ratio has not. The essence of that ruling is not yet out. Will not based on that. Those of us who are called legal practitioners, we call ourselves litigation lawyers, will sit down and analyze the issue. And of course, it's not the end. For information, we may decide to go another route. We may decide to go to the Court of Appeal, and of course, we will formulate other grounds and so on and so forth. So I want to go technical here. So that victory is not absolute. It's still subject to further steps taken. Because just as I said, the generality of Nigerian people cannot be taken for a ride or being led by the nose. This project is something that should be given all it takes, and the buy-in of everyone. I mean, let's look at it now. The subsidy that the president said he removed on day one of his administration has caused a whole lot of challenge and stress and problems. And of course, they have not gotten the solution to it, and will not allow another issue to mess us up. And
sorry to cut you, sir. Did he remove the subsidy, or did he announce the removal of the subsidy?
I don't know. Maybe, you know, you journalists work with words, and you cannot beat a lawyer when it comes to use of words. So I don't know what the removal.
That's what was claimed anyway. So.
So you're referring to what the communication that this thing had been removed before we got here.
Exactly.
I only made it public.
Exactly.
He's making it public now, compounded the issue. Is that not so?
True.
So
it's still on the table.
Okay, let me just quickly, we know, gone are the days when 1st of January, everybody sitting in front of their television set and the president has something to tell us. Nobody even cares. I got to the studio and someone was saying, did you listen to the president's speech? I said, no. Did you listen to the president's speech? No, that's not good. That's really not good enough. We need to do better.
Yes.
On all fronts.
Yes.
Okay, so I have a speech here. I will read part of it, and then we'll just pick some points and and analyze those points. It says, fellow compatriots, I welcome you all to 2026 with gratitude to God and confidence in our collective resolve that this new year will be a more prosperous one for our nation, our citizens, and all who call Nigeria home. During 2025, we sustained the momentum on our major reforms. We had a fiscal reset and also recorded steady economic progress. Despite persistent global economic headwinds, we recorded tangible and measurable gains, particularly in the economy. These achievements reaffirm our belief that the difficult but necessary reforms we embarked upon are moving us in the right direction, with more concrete results on the horizon for the ordinary Nigerians. And then here it is broken down: economic progress and outlook. As we enter 2026, our focus is on consolidating these gains and continuing to build a resilient, sustainable, inclusive, and growth-oriented economy. We close 2025 on a strong note. Despite the policies to fight inflation, Nigeria recorded a robust GDP growth each quarter, with annualized growth expected to exceed 4% for the year. We maintained trade surpluses and achieved greater exchange rate stability. Inflation declined steadily and reached per 15%, in line with our target. In 2026, we are determined to reduce inflation further and ensure that the benefits of reform reach every Nigerian household in 2025, the Nigerian Stock Exchange outperformed its peers, posting a robust 48.12% gain and consolidating its bullish run that began in the second half of 2023. Supported by sound monetary policy management, our foreign reserves stood at $45.4 billion as of December 29, 2025, providing a substantial buffer against external shocks for the naira. We expect this position to strengthen further in the new year. Foreign direct investment is also responding positively in the third quarter of 2025. FDI rose to $720 million, up from $90 million in the preceding quarter, with agencies including Moody's, Fitch, and Standard & Poor's have consistently affirmed and applauded. Let's look at that. Let's break that. Let's look at that and analyze it.
I studied economics before I became a lawyer. And all this grammar is confusing. All what you have read is, even as someone who studied economics, is still confusing because they're not on ground. Go to Uigbo market, go to Ipodo market, go to Oshodi market. I just want to use this as close as they are. Oh, yeah, no, what's that one? Now Katongua. Go to those markets and now tell them, they will say, Madam, what are you saying? It's not on ground in reality. Fitch, or what do they call these people that they are referring to? In what relation does this stand with the economy? This Christmas is the worst Christmas I've experienced. You, studios, stations, you see that Christmas bells, jingle bells, and so on will be rang. In fact, I don't know, maybe there was a grotto this year. Christmas that you take the children to.
Actually, I don't think there was one this year.
I didn't see anything. I'm a street boy. I'm on the streets going around. You used to have one here. Lagos LTV2 used to.
Yes.
Haba. So you are telling me all this grammar. People are not happy.
No, I'm not telling you all this. I'm reading the grammar.
You are the one you are me and my people at home. You are the one that will face. Since the president refused to come and talk to us, you are his representative. We are angry with you for reading out these things because they are not on ground.
Oh, okay. I think I'm not going to read any further. I'm going to take the bullet points. Okay, let's look at the fiscal discipline and tax reform, for example. He has spoken a lot of grammar, which I don't want to,
repeat.
Yes, I don't want to read. But can you just look at it and analyze it on the table?
Really, just as I told you, I don't know what to analyze because again, I crisscross Nigeria from here to Kaduna to Zungeru.
In this day and age, you go to Kaduna.
Why not? I go by air. The ones that are close by, I go by road. In between Kaduna and Zaria, I go by road.
You know, in between, anything
you are telling me. You are telling me. Don't let me go to the nitty-gritty.
Because that's the next topic we are going to talk about.
The main issue is that every point you go, we are hungry, there is no money. We are hungry, there is no money. And if people are hungry, there is no money, the purchasing power has been decimated.
National truth.
It's everywhere. It's not only Lagos. Everywhere you go. And I'm sure both of you and people who are watching out there at home, the next, if you get a call, maybe today may be the end, maybe. But for the past 3 weeks till yesterday, if anybody calls you, the first thing you say is, my Christmas thing. How far now?
They don't know whether you.
Some even don't even oblige you with a request. All you see is you put as your phone is on, you see an account details sent to you. I don't know, maybe it's me, but I know that.
I think it's a common trend.
Oh, it's a common trend. Yeah. Is that what it used to be? No, it's common trend because of the economy. True. People have now been turned into, as barista, original barista was, Ayinde barista. That's the original barista. He said all of us are involved in fine bara, decent bara.
Decent bara.
Necessary. We remain mindful that economic progress must be accompanied by security and peace. Our nation continues to confront security threats from criminal and terrorist elements determined to disrupt our way of life. In collaboration with international partners, including the United States, decisive actions were taken against terrorist targets in parts of the Northwest on December 24th. Our armed forces have since sustained operations against terror networks and criminal strongholds across the Northwest and Northeast. In 2026, our security and intelligence agencies will deepen cooperation with the regional and global partners to eliminate all threats to national security. We remain committed to protecting lives, property, and the territorial integrity of our country. I continue to believe that a decentralized policing system with appropriate safeguards complemented by properly regulated forest guards, all anchored on accountability, is critical to effectively addressing terrorism, banditry, and related security challenges, our president said. Our president said.
I like that one.
Okay.
I like that one.
All right. So this is what he's saying about security, and the truth be told, I don't understand it. I don't understand it because the way it has so been trivialized, just put into a nutshell. No, this is a major issue that we face in Nigeria, and it seems like we don't have a clue.
And nothing was done. And of course, I was told with an authority that for any governor to have more security vote, it must encourage more challenge in the state. Because the more challenge they have, the more money they will be given, so that they will through security vote to attack insecurity. And the more they give them money, the more insecurity thrives. And the issues that are coming up recently are quite clear. Thank God, the wind has blown now, and the anus of the fowl is out. We now see what has been fueling insecurity. Those that you give the authority to secure are the people
are also executing
if anything at all. At least we had that a policeman who is in charge of armory.
Yeah, the one that committed suicide along the line.
You are in charge of armory.
And you are the one still supplying.
You are now supplying bandits and people to kill people that you have been paid to protect. What else do you want to say? And these things are happening. And we know intelligence are there.
We've always known.
And
we've always known what to do.
And 2 weeks ago, too, a general, I can't remember his name now, came out and told
Malami?
us. No, not Malami, General, not Attorney General.
General, sorry.
Malami should be that one. They enjoy himself now for Christmas, for a new house. We are talking of
General.
Maybe not even house. He's in a good flat there now. I learned that the mosquito are really they release mosquito to let him know that whatever is good for the goose.
It's good for the gander. We have to be careful. Those in glass houses.
They should not be careful. Don't preach. I'm a pastor. Don't preach. Let them don't be careful. The law is above anybody. But no matter how you are, who you are, the law is above you.
That's something that you see.
Let them continue to misbehave. The law is above you. You're given a position of trust. They swore to the Constitution, and they now mess up giving up.
The line that I find exciting is now that direct admittance, or at least proposition that cooperation speech. I am wondering how it's going to play out, because if I see there's friction between Nigeria and Burkina Faso, for instance, it's always as if there's friction between Nigeria and Niger.
Yes.
Always as if there's friction between us and Chad. So I'm hoping that these statements, because if we are going to look anywhere, is it Cotonou that we want to look at Benin Republic? No, it is these other guys on this side that are closer to the Sahel that can give us this work. Maybe in your own opinion, have you seen that hand of friendship being extended? Besides that, we have business relationship from the past. Have we? Because that's really of concern to me. How do we address our aircraft that was grounded? And those are key players in our security.
You are talking, Adebayo. You are talking like you are not part of this system. You don't see what's going on. When was it that we started having ambassadors? We have been.
On it.
I mean, so how do you expect diplomatic relations to thrive?
Yes.
Sir, what do you say?
I agree with you. That's it. Then the second one is still, indeed, is that you went there, but you didn't. You abandoned it midway. That issue is that all the West African states bordering Nigeria were once civilian or democratic government, under democratic government, and along the line, particularly from Niger, Tinubu tried to intervene in restoring democracy. But of course, it didn't work. And obviously, the person who is the president or the head of state there will never like Tinubu.
You want to try.
I want to make my life to be better.
You want to twat
You want to twat it.
Meanwhile, you have your own issues. You have not removed the spec.
Okay,
you are trying to remove the law.
So that one is there. Burkina Faso too, and what's this now? Not Cotonou. There's another country there in my mind. Niger, Burkina Faso. There's one country again.
There's Chad.
Chad. Yes, Chad equally. Both all these countries have military governments. And obviously, it is not in the interest of Nigeria. And don't forget, the major player is ISWAP.
Also vital. Punishment. Has there been? I don't know if you've seen any real prosecution.
That's the thing.
They say there's no deterrent. You catch somebody. The only thing that is close to deterrent is this, and it's still at least openly connected to Trump. That they decimated some people in a particular place. You understand? But in the past, even when they decimate, they don't make us understand, or when they tell us this person has been zeroed, we don't know whether it's true or not.
So we hear the beginning of a case.
We never see the end.
We never see the end, and there is no culprit at the end.
And in most cases, after some few weeks now, he will be walking free on the
and
streets.
Even where he is, maybe he's in a funky place. He's not having a hard time. Same for the mosquitoes.
Have you gone to the prison before? You see like 50, 100 people lumped in a room.
With that small window.
You just made my heart sink. And honestly, this is a call to all the barristers, the lawyers who are there, litigation lawyers. If you decided to do a pro bono, every other month for 2 people, we would have more people who shouldn't be in prison out of prison. It's unfortunate because when the voiceless cannot speak, if you decide to help them, with a voice, I'm sure Nigeria will be a better place to live.
Yes, if you permit me.
Yes.
Just since you brought it out, I don't know, maybe that's how God wants to work it. We are working with an international partner now on pro bono, at least promoting them, because all these injustices happen in the community. Can you imagine? A 70-year-old, one Bale just told a 70 or 72-year-old man, he messed him up, prostrate and so on. Thank God for Falano and Co. Who came up. If not, the man would have just suffered for nothing. That Bale now, as I'm talking to you, is still in prison.
Excellent.
Right. So where am I going is that if anybody, human rights activists or lawyers who are interested in pro bono activities, please get across to me indirectly through my anchor person here or through this station. One way or the other, I wouldn't know, maybe the number will be flashed and so on, but maybe it is text or something, then my number will be related with you, or just go to MBA Ikeja, anywhere you are, or if you are anywhere in the country, go to any bar center, any bar, Nigerian Bar Association office. There is always a human rights desk. Go there and make a report. Then, of course, there will be a lawyer that will be assigned to you for pro bono activities. I even get that even enough. Don't stress my sister.
The man behind the bars cannot go there.
No. They have families now. They have families. They have people. They have people. They have people.
That's a call.
If your person has been arrested, spending time, and you know that that arrest was just because of some frivolous thing. I saved somebody just because of 20,000 naira. He was arrested by the police. Sorry, I said 20,000, 10,000 naira. He was arrested by the police. And they said the father should come. He said, I don't have enough money. I only have 5,000. I have issues. That please take. They said no.
There's already
he has the skeleton and he has the smelly skeleton. And he was talking. He's pontificating.
This Kwara, the governor of immediate past governor of Kwara State.
Is this Saraki?
No. The one after the guy after the while or so.
Yes, the one that just left.
What did he do?
Abdul Fattah is still there.
Fattah, it will be Abdul Fattah, the one that just left.
Is it Kwara or Kogi State now?
Yaya Bello.
Yaya Bello. It's Kogi, sorry. Kogi State. Yaya Bello lends his voice to national issues.
Yaya Bello is telling us his contesting now.
Yes. He's a free man. He does what and says what he wants, and nobody can question him. Excuse me, I don't understand what's going on. And then a man who is walking on the street.
That didn't steal. But because he's just working at 11:30 p.m.
Which is not illegal. And those who did illegal things.
They work at 1. They work
That's
at 2.
How we roll. That's how we roll. That's how we roll.
You know, this thing we're talking about, many years ago, it happened to my son. You know, I think I was at work, and one of my children called me and said that they've taken my son to the police station. I said, what did he do? They said they just picked him up, that they said he's a suspect. How?
He was working and he was well dressed.
Yeah, he said they took him to the police station. I said they should go to the police station and let me speak with the DPO. And they gave the DPO the phone. I said, if you put my son in cell, it's not going to be funny unless you prove to me
that he has
committed an
offense.
Yes, and that's why he's in cell. But if you put him in cell, it's not going to be nice. So just keep him with you until I come. I'm on my way. I got to the police station. I asked the DPO. I said, "What is the problem? What is the problem?" He said, "Well, his boys just picked him up. He was walking on the road."
Aimlessly. He would say aimlessly.
He didn't even say.
He
didn't even add any.
He's just walking on the road, and he's a suspect.
My son, he's huge. You know, he's huge.
So that's a crime.
He's always very particular about the way he dresses.
It's a crime.
That his people just suspected him. I said,
for what? Now?
For
being just tell me what exactly.
For the God-given endowment. He's a suspect.
There was nothing. I brought up my
you know our people, my people from Wafi will say that's bad belle.
Bad belle, they don't beat the boy anyhow.
I told him, I said, the man flipped like, you know, when you flip a coin. He said, this useless man. I don't understand when you said this useless man. I don't understand when you said that.
I'm sure you pinch yourself. Am I dreaming of?
Because the guy doesn't want to allow.
I was in shock.
Sir, if you know how many times they stressed me, mid-90s at Allen Junction. Once I'm coming out of the bank like this, they're already stationed. They are monitoring people going in and out of the bank. They will just corner me. I mean, I wear t-shirt and jeans. young man, where are you coming from? What do you?
But they know where you're coming from.
I told them I went to transfer money. I didn't even go to receive. I went to transfer.
Such a shame.
I went to Area F so many times. So after a while, I said, why would you just see me because I look young and coming out of the bank, and then you just pick me up? Meanwhile, that junction where they are stationed, there used to be a drug baron whose office is there, and he was always there.
And he was never picked up.
No, they don't have business with him.
Along the line, you wanted to say it. You wanted to say that along the line, they now knew you very well in Area F.
But you swallowed
yes,
it.
now.
No, so where I'm going, don't worry. Where I'm going is that you now became their customer. So along the line, they now stop harassing you.
That this guy,
because you are even giving them, no, apart from that, you are even stressing them. Because once you get into their trouble or they accost you, the next thing is that you are saying sorry, sir. And once you say sorry, sir, you have already entered the hook. You too, if you had gone there, okay, I'm sorry, sir, you have given them. But because you are arguing, and of course your status and your character and your personality, and fortunately again your profession.
Yes.
Right. But be that as it may, you need not have any profession.
Exactly.
I travel out. You need not your Nigerianness is enough to give you and demand and give you your rights.
Exactly.
And that's why we are talking about human rights. And that's why we're saying the docility of the Nigerian people have allowed this smear to happen. Because Nigerians are docile. Even during Aluta, in the days of Aluta, when we are struggling, right, and when we are still during the military era that we drove Babangida out of office, if we say stay at home, you will see people harassing us. We are fighting for them. They are harassing us. Don't go out, stay at home. It will then cause us to ensure that we block the roads. Even at that, they will find corner that they want to go, just because they do not want to comply. And unfortunately, some of us we are in the enforcement and compliance unit of the thing to ensure that people comply by fire, by force. So that, but again, the government knows that people...
They understand the people.
So, the more reason, authorities, to including the police, they know that if they harass you a bit, you will koto. That's what I told you now. The man, because he didn't have money, the son spent close to 4 years in prison until I intervened. Because of nothing. God just helped you. If he didn't intervene, before that boy will be released.
How many people
you smell
Can you
peppers.
imagine how many innocent
There are many. That, I said I go to prison regularly when you are looking at me. I didn't know that you... There are many there as I'm talking to you now. There are many people who have the Yoruba will call it, I know no leg, I know no hand. I have nothing, I don't know anything about what is happening. But I became a victim of circumstance just because the system does not protect the weak.
No, nothing for the weak.
Okay, let's look at this next bullet point. It says inclusive growth and social development. What is inclusive in our growth? What are they going to include?
I told you when I was that I studied economics before I studied law. And as an economic student, this time of the year, I'm always rushing around to pick this speech. And then you'll be hearing budget of consolidation. I don't know, maybe you remember. Budget of hope, budget of progress, budget of this, budget of that. It is in their pocket that these budgets are consolidating. It's in their pocket that this budget is
going
so full.
towards making a new first lady's office.
So all these ones, it will soon be, Shebi we just finished 2025. The same budget was rolled out. Statistics were set up. What is it now? What we have done is that 2025, this is what we said in January 2025. 2025 December, this is it now.
Where we are at.
Not another story.
That's what you call accountability. But
that's another story.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. There's no accountability. If there was an accountability at the beginning of 2025, this is what we said we would do. This is what we have done.
That's why I told you that all those things you read out are they are all English. I want to see it on ground. Yes, we said this, we have done this.
Yes.
So
we want to remove this number of people from the poverty level. We have removed this number. And so on. That's just what you expect.
It was at the 1 year in office that I mentioned that I said KPIs should be the guiding light for governance in Nigeria. Maybe that will end them our trust.
Unfortunately, well, where the roundup bullet point is, a call to unity and responsibility. And my question is, how do we come together as one nation where there are different classes? There's a class that is untouched, a class that can never be touched, and then there's the other class, and then you're calling for unity. I think there should be some re-strategizing. I think the government needs to go back to the drawing tables to, see how they can actually, if this intention is true and real, then I think they should go back to the drawing table and see how they can undo what has been done and re-strategize, bring the people together, let Nigeria be one, irrespective of tribe, irrespective of religion, irrespective of anything. There should be no barriers. That's my thinking. I don't know what it is for you. We have just 1 minute.
I agree with you totally, ma. And the next leg I'll add is about the welfare of the people.
The welfare of the people.
Make welfare priority, and of course there will be unity. Now politics. I'm involved in elections, and I know this year now, anytime from now, of course, Peter Obi started. He launched us into a new year with his defection 2 days ago or yesterday. So you know that it's going to be election proper. Forget governance, but if they are wise. If government is wise, welfare of the people, which is established in section 14 sub 2 of the Nigerian Constitution, again will add security that we are getting now. Let it be their paramount activities to 2026. Let them abandon all this grammar that they are
said.
That
will even be campaign material for them already.
Is enough for them,
Not even campaign. I want to see it on ground that welfare, people are happy. As Fayoshi said, let us have more of sumac infrastructure.
If that's what he's saying, if the people are happy, you don't need to even campaign to them. Now. Because they themselves will say, this person has fed us and is taking adequate care of us.
Or it's like Idi Amin said, he has fed us and we are fed up.
All right, that's our package today on the Bumper Breakfast Show. It's time for us to say our goodbyes. We'd like to thank Wale Ogwade for being our guest on the program this morning, the very first day of January 2026. It's been a delight having you on the program. Thank you so much, sir.
To God be the glory.
Thank you. And Adebayo, time to say your goodbyes.
Yes, just like Barrister Ogwade mentioned, this is an era where we leave our docility behind and we move forward to achieve more as a nation. I'm yours, Adebayo Ilupeju. See you next week.
And my name is Tom Adirele. As usual, I hope to see you on Tuesday next week. And thank you for watching this first edition on the first day of 2026, and I hope there'll be better editions and there'll be many more successes, many more wins, and a whole lot of progress this year. There shall be no loss, nothing broken, and nothing missing, nothing broken. There'll be nothing missing, there'll be nothing broken. By the grace of God. Thank you for watching, and see you again next week.